infrastructure projects. Honorable Speaker, the reductions in the road subsector will have an impact on the on that sector, because a reduction of 11 billion will means that some of those projects that are ongoing may stall. Honorable Speaker, as I wind up, Honorable Speaker, I want to say that this supplementary estimates 3 is a very, very brief report, and I would like members to quickly approve it so that as we close the year in the next 2 or 3 days, the revenue projections is aligned with the public expenditures. Honorable Speaker, I would like to ask my able Vice Chairman to second the motion. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Honorable Speaker. I hereby move and ask my able Vice Chairman to second.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I stand to second the supplementary 3. Honorable Speaker, this is a very short bill that is regularizing an expenditure that has already been spent. So we're just trying to regularize it, Honorable Speaker. And among them, you remember that they had removed the 12 billion for the CDF, which we returned. And therefore, I think it will be important that the members pass this bill very fast so that they can be able to get their money. Honorable Speaker, among also this, in this statement, in this bill is that there was also money for interns that had not been factored into intern doctors. And therefore, the Committee of Health factored 121 million so that the intern doctors can be paid their last quarter. So this is a very important bill. It's a very small bill, and I don't think members will have much to say about it. I think the gist of the matter is you have your CDF returned. So I think if we pass it very fast so that we can go to the appropriations and go to and finish it, I think by this afternoon, so that Treasury this can be sent to the President for assent, and therefore Treasury can be able to move with speed before the close of the financial year. As you are aware, today today is 25th, we have only 5 days to go. So it is important that we pass this bill very fast, and I don't think there is even much to debate about it. So with those few remarks, Honorable Speaker, I second it.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that this House adopts the report of the Budget and Appropriations Committee on the consideration of the third supplementary estimates for the 909,000
have had, but the Hansard has it, that the chair of Budget Committee, as he was moving this estimate, he said that the departmental committees did not look at these estimates. They did not look at these estimates, and he said that because of time and something like that, that they called the chairs of committees to represent the departmental committees. I want to ask if it is in order that chairs of departmental committees can take the place of committees if estimates are sent to departmental committees. Is it by order that they can surpass the debates in the departmental committees, which then make reports to BAC, and then BAC then is able to find out how the estimates were dealt at the committee? Because committee proceedings is the underpinning of this House. So are these estimates, what is the integrity of these estimates? How valid are these estimates before us, before we discuss them?
Honorable members, can I allow some of the chairs of the chairpersons of the departmental committees to comment? Honorable Sir George. Yes, I will also give you an opportunity.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. But Speaker, it is true what the chairperson of the Budget and Appropriations Committee has said, that due to time constraints, we may not have had the occasion to look at these proposals or estimates in the entire committees, although chairpersons who had issues were to appear and make expressions on behalf of the committees. May it go on record that committees are an extension of this House. Today is the day each and every member is looking at these estimates. Therefore, whether the committee looked at it, whether the chairman went there, it does not matter. What matters today is that you are here, you are looking at the estimates, you can either approve or disapprove the same. So that is the position.
Honorable Emase, member for Teso South.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, supplementary budgets are very important because that is what allows government to respond to emerging circumstances and to address urgent issues and needs affecting the people of Kenya. But when we as a House depart from procedure, from tradition, where the representatives of the people at committee level are given an opportunity to scrutinize and advise, then it begs the question, are we in order as a House? That now we are looking at the supplementary on the floor of the House at the time of passing it, when we should have been given the opportunity to scrutinize. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, yes, Honorable Kainan, then I'll come to you, Honorable Oundo.
Madam Speaker, I take note of what the Honorable TJ Kajwang has said. But I think if we look at the same with the response given by Senior Counsel, the budget making process is a function of the entire House. The committee system is purely an administrative issue for the management of the same because of the numbers. And therefore, it's incumbent upon every member here. You have the report. This is where you are supposed to play your role as a representative of the people. Forget about the other things. But equally, we must also take into account, why did the framers of the current constitution introduce an article called 223? 223 means there are emergencies. You know, we cannot be legislating every activity of the government. If we do that, then we will not be functioning. So meaning there are certain things that the executive must be allowed to do it. And this is a tradition, whether it's the Westminster, whether it is any other, this is a tradition. And therefore what this third supplementary attempts to do is to do an endorsement of post expenditure, legalize, put it in perspective what has already been spent. The other bit, Madam Speaker, which I think we must also correct, and I agree somehow with my good friend, the Honorable Emas. In future, the Treasury should allow a bit of time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because we also understand the way these things are done, so that the members of the Budget Committee and the members of the respective committees can also get an opportunity to go through this. But as it stands, and I know the good counsel as this, there's nothing illegal in any way. Play your role. If you want to bring an amendment, bring it. If you want to voice your concern, do it. If you want to vote against it, vote it. The bill is properly before the House. Play your role as a representative of the people.
Honorable Oundo.
Honorable Speaker, it is very perturbing how we are handling the affairs of this House insofar as budget-making process is concerned. Yes, the draft of the Constitution provided for Article 223 to take into account exigencies that might occur in the process of the financial year. But honestly speaking, Honorable Speaker, for the matter to be brought to the House the very last end of the financial year smacks of mischief to basically, and consider, Honorable Speaker, that Article 114 a member of parliament cannot move any amendments without the concurrence of the National Treasury. Indeed, it's a matter that we must reflect upon it as a country. Otherwise, then we are going to make budget-making process a very unpredictable process, and is going to mess up the economic management and proper management of national resources. Honorable Speaker, if you just peruse through, there are areas that have been increased, there are areas that have massive reductions, and I do not know. It is a symptom, Honorable Speaker, that at the very beginning of the budgeting process, we seem to have a problem with the proper forecasting, proper for understanding what we're supposed to do. For example, Honorable Speaker, there was a promise to take the railway line all the way to Malaba. Yet now we are reducing 1.9 billion from the railway transport. Are we really talking? Are we keeping our promises? Are we keeping our words? Or the promises we make outside there are empty rhetoric that does not resonate that are not grounded in any law. Finally, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Batandi has told us what all of us know, and I fear to tell it in public. We are doing badly. We are unable to raise the revenue that we project. That actual budgeting process is basically a clock to find ways and means of making us losing money. With that, because we are bound by Article 114 and Article 223, we have no choice but to sing along, say hallelujah, praise and worship, and just accept. This is the unfortunate part that is how this country has fallen down to. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You know, Honorable Oundo, you have used a lot of superlatives, but you are not really backing out what you're saying with actual concrete facts. So I think I will allow Honorable Kimani Kuria and then Honorable Ocheng, then we can close this debate.
So, Honorable Speaker, on the matter raised by the Honorable Kajwang, I think it's important that we realize once a bill is tabled in this House, it becomes a property of the House. And actually, the committee report just informs the House, and it does not mean that this House must abide with the report of the committee, which therefore means that even the report that has been tabled by my colleague, the chair of the Budget Committee, Honorable Atandi, is not necessarily binding. Any member of this House can rise in their position and amend any of the proposed allocations on that particular bill, Honorable Speaker. That being said, it is important that to inform that this supplementary 3 has been necessitated by the fact that although our revenues have increased based on how much we collected last year, at same time last year, Honorable Speaker, we still are off the target. And therefore, this necessitated the need to reduce the expenditures in line with the reduction in the projected revenues, in the actual revenues that are collected, Honorable Speaker. But it's very important to note that this Parliament, being the House that appropriates money, has endeavored to reduce our deficit as a percentage of GDP. In the financial year of 2022-23, Honorable Speaker, deficit as a percent of GDP was at 5.7%. 22-23, we were able to reduce that to 4.9%. And for 24-25, we've been able to reduce that further to 3.1%, which means that this House had been cognizant of fiscal discipline and measures being put by the National Treasury, and we have agreed with them. And we look forward, Honorable Speaker, to a time when our deficit as a percentage of GDP will be zero. Honorable Speaker, it is possible that the next few years, especially with how with the decision being made on focus being more on non-tax revenue, which include appropriations in aid and PPP projects, I look forward to the time that this House will be passing a balanced budget, Honorable Speaker, and that we don't have to borrow, whether externally or domestic, Honorable Speaker, to finance the budget. On Article 223, Honorable Speaker, this is necessitated by emergencies that may not have been envisioned, Honorable Speaker. And this is in line with the provisions of Article 223 of our Constitution, which is a legal provision of our Constitution. With that, Honorable Speaker, I beg to support the report by the Budget Appropriations Committee and urge this House to support this particular report. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable TJ, I gave you an opportunity to ventilate on what you thought about this supplementary budget. So allow other members also to air their views. Honorable TJ, I have not given you an opportunity to speak. I will let you respond after everyone has spoken. So kindly sit. I will get to you. Honorable Ochieng.
The Honorable Speaker, this is not the first time we are doing a third supplementary, Madam Speaker. In fact, there are times when it's been done on the last day of the financial year. Madam Speaker, these estimates were tabled here last week, 1 week ago. They were accordingly committed to all the committees concerned, Madam Speaker. I sit in the Budget Committee, Madam Speaker, and all the committees, all the chairs of committees were availed a chance to appear before the Budget Committee. And in fact, more than half of the committees appeared before the committee. So it is a lie. It is not true to say that committees had no chance to look at this document. It's a lie. More than half of the committee chairmen appeared. And in fact, for those who didn't appear, it means that they were happy with the recommended cuts or increases as it were. So, Madam Speaker, I want to disagree with Honorable Kajiwang. Every committee had a chance to sit, look at the supplementary budget, and appear for the committee. Madam Speaker, on Monday this week, we sat at a venue. There are times when we sat for 2 hours waiting for chairmen, and they never appeared. We can't force them to come for the budget committee. That's what happened. Madam Speaker, in this house, and outside the committee, the chairman of finance committee appeared, chairman of agriculture appeared, education appeared, and those who didn't appear, Madam Speaker, and let no one lie to you, the committee that didn't appear sent the committee of budget letters telling us that we believe 1, 2, 3 should happen. So, in terms of participation, Madam Speaker, I want to assure you and confirm to you that every single committee participated in the process of the third supplementary. It's wrong to say they didn't. Madam Speaker, it is important to note that this is not the stage where we are going to start saying that there are sinister motives about a third supplementary. The Honorable Ondo knows that there are times when we have discussed a third supplementary on the 29th of June. And Madam Speaker, if the country feels that the monies we put at a department that will not be spent, that should be moved. If there are monies that are lacking at a department that is crucial, like security, what do? Do we sit back and say that if we put it, Ondo will say that this is sinister? This parliament must do its job regardless of what someone thinks is sinister, Madam Speaker. I support this report and support the supplementary.
Okay, Honorable Mugambi, I'll give you 2 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I was looking at the State Department of Housing and Public Works because I'm the Vice Chair, and I was looking at the estimate and what has come up. I think one of the greatest problems that we have, particularly State Department of Public Works, is that they have been stifled right from the beginning. In all the supplementary budget, there's nothing positive that has come in the State Department of Public Works.
2 minutes.
And when I see this now towards the tailhead, it's something that is really discouraging. Madam Speaker, let's not forget that the CDF money was removed. So if really we continue with this, and I'm not saying that because there's nothing much we can do, but let it be on record that we cannot wait until, without scrutinizing what is being presented to the House. That's my concern, Madam Speaker. The State Department of Public Works, and I repeat, has been stifled and continue to be stifled. Somebody needs to be sensitive to that State Department. So whatever the Budget Committee is doing and the Treasury, they must be sensitive because at the end, we are going to close some departments. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Member for Laikipia, Honorable Jen Kagiri.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to raise concerns in regards to this supplementary 3 presentation in this House. Honorable Speaker, I sit in the Budget Committee, and I'm well aware that the Social Protection Chairperson submitted to our Budget Committee a request for reinstatement of 500 million that was deducted from GAF in supplementary 2. Honorable Speaker, why this was not honored leaves me wondering. Honorable Speaker, the National Government Affirmative Action Fund serves the vulnerable. That is our women, our widows, our PWDs, our needy students. And Honorable Speaker, when we don't make it a priority to service the National Government Affirmative Action Fund, I wonder if it is our people we are trying to stifle and weaken where they are. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, we have a challenge with the money for sanitary towels. Honorable Speaker, just to educate this House in biology, every month, monthly periods come to our students who are girls in schools. Honorable Speaker, it is 1 year later, we are still seeking for money for sanitary towels for our students. Honorable Speaker, I think it's a dishonor. I believe in this House, everybody is related or a relative to a young girl in this country, either as an uncle, a father, a brother, or even a grandfather, Honorable Speaker. Let us be sensitive to the needs of our girls. We owe them their money, and this money is a priority, and it's an urgency. Roads are not a bigger priority than the health of our students, our women, and our children. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, last I will listen to Honorable Kaluma. I will rule on your point of order in a minute, Honorable TJ. Proceed.
Yeah, Honorable Chair, the response to the matter raised